Hey guys, my name is Jennifer and I am Genevieve Designs. Today we're going to be talking about the products that I'm going to be using in the next mini album that we're going to make with the Remnants Lovely Layers printable mini album templates. And we just finished this one, this chunky monkey here, this love story by Prima. It turned out really awesome. It's really full and jam-packed, but there's plenty of room in here for photos and stuff. Plus you don't have to be so extravagant in your embellishing, you know. So I will link the playlist below where we made this step by step. And so the album that I want to do now is I want to use the templates the way I designed them to be used, which is with they're designed to be matted with the large cutoff pieces from when we make our projects. So I have this whole book here full of these sheets. What are these called? These job ticket, no, what are they called? Shoot, I have a video below. I will link that below of me making the Scrapper Keeper and these pages. So I have all of my large cutoff pieces in this book. I don't keep them all in here because it does get really full. So sometimes I have to take them out, but some of these collections are really, really, really old. Like, that's a romance novel, or is that romance novel too? I can't remember. Or is it, what is this one called? It's a Marion Smith one. Blue Fern Studios, I think. No, that's not Blue Fern Studios. See, I can't even remember. You know what I need to start doing is I need to start putting the collection name on the sleeves here. And then here's the one we just used. This is Love Story. So there wasn't very many scraps left over from that. There's a Christmas collection. But what I thought, I was looking through all of my stuff, right? And I kept thinking about, why do these look different? And I kept thinking about the things that you guys can get your hands on and what you can't get your hands on. And most of these things in here you can't get anymore. Like even the Prima Teal, you can't get that. I don't know, it's just not available. So I don't want to use that. Just in case you do want to follow along exactly the way I'm creating it, just in case. So I have two collections that are also Prima. One's the Havana and one is the Santorini. I'll have to check that. And so I have been using those two collections for the mock-ups and prototypes of the new template that I've been working on. So I had to be careful what scraps I left in here because I didn't want you all to see anything accidentally. So I had to be careful. I had to pull some stuff out. But anyway, so I have both of those in here as well. So I thought, since I know you can still get your hands on these collections and you don't really need that much, and I have some of the flowers for these collections as well. So I think I'm going to use the Santorini one. So let me grab it. Yeah, Santorini. So this is what it's called, Santorini by Frank Garcia. And so I have a few things to say about this paper collection. I really am not a fan of this blue, the navy blue. And I know it's a hot color right now and everybody loves it and all of that. But what I do love about this paper collection is the softness of some of the other papers. So like the back side of this one is beautiful. I mean, that is right up my alley. So, and that's what I've been using in my prototype that I'm working on and my mock-ups. Look at that one. It's just beautiful. And so, like I said, I'm not really a fan of the blue. I mean, look at that. This blue, this soft, muted blue is way prettier than the bright navy blue in this collection. I mean, I don't know. So anyway, so I think there's enough of the cutoff pieces. And like, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look at those flowers. I think there's enough of this collection, enough pages that I can get good use out of. This one, not so much my favorite, but we still might use that a little bit. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, I like these cards. I like this one and I like this one, but I just am not a big fan of this navy blue color or the navy blue stripes or anything, but this is what I'm going to use. So I think we can really work around, like I did that with the Everlasting album too. The first one we made, it was like a beach themed paper. What was it? 49 and Market. And I worked around it because I didn't want a beach themed album. So I worked around it, and I think it did. It worked out fabulously. So I'm going to do the same thing with this because there's a lot of beautiful things in this paper line. So I'm going to use this one. So I will put links below if you're interested in checking it out. So I have the paper line, and then I have 4 packs of flowers, and that is it. That is all. I don't have any embellishments. I'm not even sure this is part of this paper collection because it doesn't say. But I will link these flowers below if I can find them. And so like here these have got the navy blue in there. You know, I probably just won't use them. But the other flowers are really pretty. So then there's these here. These are just like a cream, vintage, sparkly yumminess. And then I have these. So we're going to have to get creative with our embellishments and stuff, but that's always fun too. See, I'm just not sure if this goes because it goes with the Havana one too. I don't know. So I don't know which collection this actually came from because I have a couple of Havana flowers as well. So that's what I'm thinking. Those are what I'm going to use. I'm going to use this paper collection. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. And if I have to, I bet you some of the Havana papers will match some of these as well. But I love the softness of some of these papers. So again, I will link the video on how I made my scrap. I almost need to make a new one. I almost need to make another one. So I'll link the video below where how I made this. And I will link these products below. I also link my templates below. But I also wanted to tell you what else I was going to use to go along with this. Let me grab them. I'm going to use Recollections Craft Cardstock. I think this will go really pretty with these sort of vintage. They almost look like vintage, like fabric. Some of them do. It's really pretty. So I'm going to use craft colored cardstock from Recollections. And then I'm also going to use in my muted backgrounds. Let me get this sheet out here. I'm also going to use, if I need to add some color, I don't know for sure, but I was just going to give you guys a heads up that I'm going to use the number 2 green, which is becoming my favorite, I think. I really do. I'm going to use the number 3, and it's kind of a blue. It's like a pale blue. Like, see, there's some blue flowers there, and it just looks so nice together. See how those 2 colors look good with this paper collection? And then I'm also going to use number 12 down here. So it's kind of like the soft pink that goes really nice with this collection as well. So if I need to add color, those are the muted backgrounds that I'm going to use, which I have a link to this in the description box as well, to the muted backgrounds if you want to check those out. And then, what else was I going to tell you guys? I am going to use the scrapbook.com tape. Again, I actually ordered a bunch more. I really liked it. The only thing I had negative to say about it, which really isn't a negative really, is it's just not tightly wound like score tape is. And this one, actually, this is a new roll, and it doesn't look all that tightly wound either, does it? But this one is a little bit more loosey-goosey than this one, but if that's the only thing and it's cheaper and it's easier to get a hold of, then I'm going with this one. So I am going to be using this one. I have links in the description box below for this as well. And then the magnets. Everybody keeps asking me about the magnets. I'm doing another video. I'm gonna record another video tomorrow, I think, about I've gotten a lot of things in the mail, and over the past month, or not month, but a couple months, some things I even forgot I had because I did a massive cleanup in my PSS room is what I call it, and in here. So I've accumulated quite a few things that I've been sent by viewers, I've been sent by other YouTubers, I've been sent by Etsy shops, companies, all kinds of stuff. So I was going to do another video and I was going to talk to you about them there. But I think I will go ahead and mention the magnets that I used in the last video. I ordered some. I told you guys I would let you know what I thought. The magnets worked great. They are a little fragile, but it doesn't bother me at all. It just depends on where you can find your magnets. Like the basic gray ones are great. and you get 20 magnets for, I believe it's like $6 or $7. I should have looked them up. But they're harder to find. I mean, these are like perfect. These are like the most perfect magnets in the world, but they're really hard to find. So, but anyway, let me grab the magnets that I ordered and used, and they came quick. Let me get them. Okay, so these were actually sent to me by a viewer. These are from K&J Magnetics Incorporated. And I will link them, but actually I will link this exact magnet below because they're only magnets and they have a ton of different options. So I will link this exact magnet for you guys if you're interested. Now I will tell you the price on it doesn't really seem to be cheaper than the basic gray at all. So I don't think you would really be saving any money by going through this company. They did ship quick. I did get them within a couple days, so that was awesome. And you can get as many as you want. So I ordered like 200 of them, and you know, the more you order, obviously, the cheaper they are, just by pennies, not to buy a whole bunch. So I will link this exact magnet below. But in the next video where I'm talking about the different things that people have sent to me, people even gave me stuff at the Maidacon, so I wanted to talk about that too because there's some other magnets that I've used. I haven't talked about them yet, but I've used them as well, and they're really good too. But I have not ordered from that company, so I don't know about that, but I'll talk about that in the next video. But this is the magnets that I used. So again, not cheaper. In my opinion, they weren't cheaper. These are great if you can get a hold of them, the basic gray. And then, of course, the magnets that I get at Home Depot, these are great too. They're just thicker. That's all. That's the only difference. So what else did I want to talk about? Oh, ink. Let me move my magnets out of the way here. I am going to use, what did I do with it? Here it is. These are Archival Inks in the little minis, right? And this is the tin that you can purchase separately. And I did price these out for you guys because I really like the idea of the mini pads, because you can get, like for example, for these, you can get a set of 4. These 4 come together, these 4 came together, and these 4 came together. You can get a set of these for a set of 4 for approximately $10 to $11, depending on where you're shopping. But you get 4 different colors, so I think that's cool, right? So the full size of Archival Ink is approximately, let me see, I wrote it down, $5 or $6. So you're just getting the 1 ink, but you're getting a full ink pad, of course. But like, for example, this setup here has this ink in it, and this is the ink that I'm going to use. This is a Potting Soil by Wendy Vecchi and Ranger. So I'm going to use this little guy, if I can get it to focus. There we go. So this is the one I'm going to use, and these are great because you can, you know, re-ink them just as well as you can these, and you don't have to commit to a full-size ink pad of 1 color when you can get 4 different, you know, colors. So, and the tin itself is $6 to $7, and it holds 12. So I'm going to use the Potting Soil, and it comes with Sunflower, Garden Patina, which is beautiful, that color right there. And there we go. And Carnation Red. So those are the 4 that come together with the Potting Soil. And then the other one is Leaf Green, Forget Me Not, Cactus Flower, and Watering Can. That watering can is a really pretty gray. So those 4 come together. And then the bottom row is Plum, Sepia, Coffee, and Jet Black. That's a great, I've never used the plum, but that's a great combination to get, you know, you can get 3 different colors for $10 to $11. And we actually used to use coffee all the time, but now we're trying to branch out. And Jet Black, I love using Archival, and this is permanent ink. So anyway, so I just wanted to tell you that I'm going to be using the Potting Soil. So if you have a full-size pad, feel free to use that, but I just wanted to show you guys that they now have little minis and they're cute. And I will link these, I think I'll link them in my Amazon list, and I will link them in the scrapbooking stores down below that I can find them at. So that's the ink that I'm going to use for this project, I do believe, and it looks beautiful on the craft paper. Okay, so I still have all of my little rusted bits sitting next to me, so I'm going to try to incorporate this, of course, this kind of stuff in there. And I still have my paper clips, and I have these still sitting here, so we might incorporate those. I didn't clean everything up. But anyway, so I thought that I would share with you guys what I was using. And to again let you know that after we make this album, then we are going to be doing the Madecon album. So this one is the lavender one. And then this one is the Graphic 45 Fairy Dust one. Yes. And remember, these were already pre-recorded, so I just need to edit them. But after we get done making this next album with the Santorini and the Lovely Layers, we are going to be going into these. Okay, so, and, you know, they're coming, I promise. So I think we're going to start this album next week. So that way it'll give you time to gather your supplies. If you don't want to use this paper collection, you use whatever you want. The principle is still going to be the same. You use whatever collection that you have in your scrapper keeper, whatever leftovers you have, which is what the whole point of this template is because they come with a set of base pages, and then they come with and it comes with a set of mats for each one of those pages. So all of these mats are meant to be, whoops, part of my bow's down here, are meant to be used with your large cutoff pieces. There's only a few of things that you cannot mat with the large cutoff pieces, but we'll get into that as we go. So to recap, Santorini, I don't know, I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. I'm sure I've said it 3 different ways now. By Frank Garcia and Prima is the collection I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using my large cutoff pieces. Remnants Lovely Layers. I really like the Scrapbook.com double-sided adhesive. I really like that, so I ordered me a bunch more. And we'll probably be using some magnets. So these are the ones, K&J magnets. I will link this exact magnet below so that you don't get confused. And the craft cardstock. And some of the muted backgrounds. And I'm sure we're going to be using other stuff, like some of our build embellishments and all of that. So, oh, and potting soil. We're going to be using, there we go, Potting Soil by Wendy Vecchi, Archival Ink Ranger, and the little mini. Okay, that's all I got for you guys. I am going to be recording several different things between now and before we get started on this. So look for that, different types of, I've got several videos that I want to record so bad, I just haven't had time. So look for those to come before we start this album. So if you have not subscribed to my channel already, go ahead and hit this button right there. And be sure to hit that bell next to that when you subscribe. There's a little bell. Hit that so you get notified every time I upload a new video so you won't miss a page. And here's a link to my shop. And then there should be some videos up here that you might like to see. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.